we were just going to play those songs and then see. We understand this is going to be kind of a question and answer thing, so we wanted to just get to the questions because we figured that would be the most fun. So wherever these questions, where's this microphone that will be taking the questions? You got it over here? It's going out. Okay.
Check, check. Hey, it's right here. The other one's right here. Now they're both right here.
Got a question ready?
So you want to do like a raise your hand type thing?
Well, this guy rose his hand first, so let's go right here.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hey guys, really appreciate you guys doing this. This is really, really awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Dom. I'm from Staten Island. This is my fiance. We got engaged 2 days ago.
Oh, congrats. Congratulations.
Thank you. So the reason so many of us come to see you guys so many times is because your set lists change every single night. So I was wondering how you guys, what's your process of putting set lists together?
So, well, there's no one process, and there's no one person that, neither just Seth or I make them. But there are a lot of variables and a lot of elements to why we pick what we pick. From anything as obvious as there's kind of a hierarchy to requests. So like some requests that you just know they're coming from a place that they need to be honored and they need to be answered. Those always have a big part in a moment in a set list, because we get so many incredible requests for songs that have backstories to them that are much more interesting and much more touching than the songs even, really. It's amazing. But also, where we're at, who we're playing for, and what we're playing for. Like obviously Mexico is a special 3 nights. This is a little different because we made the three nights at once. Usually we do each night just previous to that show on that day. And on this one, we kind of looked at it as a whole experience. So for those of you who have come to a lot of shows, I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I kind of wonder if there's a trajectory there that shows up. Seth, you think anything?
Well, a lot of the times it's just the 25 plus songs that we know how to play that day. And that changes. Just wake up one day and you're in Utah and you're like, man, I have no idea how to play that song anymore. We better pick a different song.
Avoid that song.
But yeah, there's definitely like an element that can't be articulated that sort of dictates what the spirit is and what songs just make sense for a day or for a night. Sometimes it is informed by us becoming aware of some of y'all's stories, and then perhaps sometimes it's we're made aware of your stories without y'all doing any work to let us know. I think sometimes it's just in the air, but we do try to reinvent it every day though.
And that's a tricky thing too, because a lot of our job has always been, whether we knew it or not, it is expressing ourselves, and we just have to have trust and have faith in the fact that people will relate to that, like we relate to it. So to a point, request or no request, we have to trust that what we're doing is truly expressing where we are, and that has a lot to do with it emotionally and mentally, where we are, where a set list, how a set list is designed. So I often wonder if people notice that.
Thank you.
You can't notice it all. There's no way.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Well, the last thing I'll say about it is that there are times where we get caught, like any other work, any other job in the set list. We can get into a lull where we start thinking that it has to be a certain way, and then we try to force ourselves to stop thinking of it that way, or maybe we've gone a few nights where we don't really play something that really scares us. So we'll try to plan that. We'll try to purposefully set up a construct where we will get scared and nervous, because that's also valuable.
Yeah, to speak on that, I can't tell you how many times in in our career that, and I try not to get distracted because I can get so involved with all of you if I make too much eye contact, and I can't. I totally forget what I'm doing, so I have to be careful with that. But I can't tell you how many times I would start focusing on somebody and think, okay, well, I can already tell this person's having the worst time of their life, and all I know is I need to avoid that person after the show because they're probably coming after me. And I mean, through the whole show, you'll like battle that. And I can't tell you how many times I would end up meeting the people that I had singled out, and they were just like the nicest people I'd ever spoke to. So grateful and so into the show. They're like, "That's the best show I ever saw," and I'm like, "I thought you were gonna kill me. I thought you were mad at us."
Normally, when I look out and there's somebody that just looks deadly serious, and I look in their eyes and I'm like, man, this person is not having a good time. It's actually Scott.
Seth's too caught up with me. He tries not to make eye contact with me.
Yeah. But then you know, in that scenario, if you do find out that someone that you thought was just having a horrible time, and then later you find out they had a great time, you know, like with all observations, eventually you look at yourself, and I realize, like, when I watch music, I probably am that person, because I'm not like going crazy dancing. I'm just standing there watching. I may not even be moving to the music at all. I might just be staring. So I don't know. It makes sense.
It's just a testament how little I know. I know so little. Next question.
All right, let's see, right over here.